Here we go.
In time, we charted the wild unknown, but we kept the name. Place is so raw, even the Calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it.
Pistols.
You know what's better than having a slinger pistol in a fight? Having two. Savage things lurking at every turn. Pincushions ain't the worst of it either.
Gonna try to go a little fast, so I'm gonna take some damage here.
The wilds drag him down.
Maybe not a great idea.
Pecker's got the core, like they're built a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon. They shouldn't have let their guard down.
Well, the pistols are pretty good later.
Right there, itching to come home.
Waiting for the narrator to stop talking there. The pistols are pretty good later on, but they have some spread by default. You can get rid of that immediately with one upgrade. And they can pierce armor at max upgrade, which can make them good against a lot of the more annoying enemies like wallflowers and stuff in this area, and later challenge areas.
Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight. Wallflowers survive the Calamity. It toughened him up. Same goes for the kid. Best take it real slow when pincushions are afoot.
So there's the first upgrade material.
Kid's faster than a slinger with those guns. A handful of windbag shipments made it out this far. Kid's seen the last of them.
So reflecting these is the best way to kill them,
Pow gives a wall.
at least at this point in the game.
Its own medicine. Slinger Johnson told
Going to the arsenal.
all that's left of him.
Will heal you up, update a lot of your stuff.
Johnson's boys left all kinds of stuff out here. Kids roused up half the wilds by now. Then kid gets the feeling he's being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead. And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals. anxious to get back. Wild green vine apples about the only good thing out here. After all, he's got the final core. His journey's over, right? Well, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot. Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone. When Zolf got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him. Zolf cursed the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home. Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put it back together. The shards.
So the Bolt Scouter is only a problem if you're shooting from kind of mid-range to long-range with the dueling pistols. And extra ammo can be fun, but if you use the various harder idols in the shrine, you'll get reflections and wind phase effect, where enemies just have projectiles pass through them, and kind of the more ammo you have, the more likely that is to happen. So higher burst capacity is usually better.
Pieces to make a dependable sidearm. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health.
So you get quite a few weapons. I've got most of them now. I think there's 3 or 4 more. I like doing the dueling pistols with the scrap musket at this point in the game.
About those guns, but maybe that's the point.
Trying not to talk over the narrator, but he talks a lot. This is a fun little ability. I'm not going to spend my money on it, because I'll give up the pistols eventually in this run. But just being able to just do a single shot does real good damage. It might even ignore armor, but you might have to have the upgrade for that to actually work. Okay, I'm not level 4 yet, but I'm getting close.
The city brought the shards to the wilds. Now the kid's gonna bring them back. After Zolf's little episode, Kid sets off in search of shards. First stop, Jawson Bog. You'll get lost in that bog, I told the kid, and I won't be able to guide you back. Well, I let him go. What else could I do? What could any of us do?
Okay, I think the narrator's done. Okay, so one thing I will say is that you can unlock quite a few gods in normal mode, new game mode, and if you do not have the levels, I'm almost level 4 there, as I was stating, and you don't have the levels to equip a lot of the drinks that you need to make yourself stronger, it's just going to slow you down. It's going to be a lot more challenging than it should be. And the game gets pretty challenging as it is, with a lot of gods unlocked and turned on. And you do get bonuses for it, but most of the bonuses are limited, I guess. The farther you go in the game, the more valuable those bonuses are. So it does create an interesting little progression curve. Having just a couple gods on in the late game is still going to be better than having a ton of gods on in the early game. Enemies go from being worth maybe 10, 15, 20 experience in the early game to the final mission. Certain enemies are worth 500, 600, even 900 experience. So while I do pick up a lot of the extra tonics and potions that remain at full health and full tonics, they don't scale very well in the grand scheme of things. But they do help you get like a level a little bit sooner here and there. So just wasn't moving to not trigger the narrator there. Something else. No.
Zolf put us in a real bind. Hurt the Bastion bad. But the shards can make it better. They're like smaller doses of the core's medicine. Shame the only place to fill that prescription is out here in the wilds. This place is intoxicating. Don't know where he's gone. Might be gone for good for all I know. Wherever he is, he's somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never want to go.
Unless you have armor piercing, these dudes
Kid can't fall, no matter how hard he tries.
get up. There we go. Unless you have armor piercing, those little eyeball guys are a bit tedious to kill. But once you do have armor piercing, you can just stare right back at them and just shoot them.
The dead welcome him with open arms. Kid pops him good. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella. What do you say to a kid who's seen too much? I'm Zolf of Ura. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Now the kid sees something stranger still. Sure enough, he finds peckers, lunkheads, wallflowers, pincushions, vine apples, swamp weeds, ankle gators. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid sets foot inside one of Ceylonia's famous wild rooms. He has the nerve to flash the shield he stole. He's a petty thief.
That was a nice level up.
Kid succeeds where the calamity failed. Would you look at what he did to poor old Rodney the bartender? Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's alright, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of the pith of the bull. He sees what's left of his lifelong friend. His friend, he's come undone too. He sees what's left undone. Thought we'd lost him, but he finally comes to. The shard ain't lost either. Not anymore. Now to find a ticket out of this hole. Bootlickers dig their nasty thorns into his heels. Ever heard of the lung blossom? It's bigger than the stories say. The breath on that thing, like a scumbag's running leak.
There it is. So if I had more damage, this room would go a little faster, for sure. there on purpose.
They say one whiff of lung blossom can make you lose your mind.
Oh, those won't trigger apparently.
Well, a kid prunes it down to size somehow. Mother only knows what happened in the bog. Kid never much cared to speak of it. A shard is like a poor man's core, but beggars can't be choosers.
I'm actually surprised the trip mines don't work on the Lung Blossom boss there. Possibly because its collision size is bigger than the activation radius. To guess.
That's it. A few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. A single shard can breathe new life into this place.
So now that we've gathered a shard, this is the kind of phase 2 of building the Bastion. And you can upgrade any building to level 2. Upgrading the shrine to level 2 will give you more gods. Upgrading the distillery will give you some new drinks that you previously didn't have access to. This I want to leave. Upgrading the forge will give you access to what I'm trying to do. Upgrade the last 2 upgrades, but you still need the money, you still need the materials. So this is not very useful right away. And then upgrading this arsenal, I believe it just gives you 1 or 2 secret skills, and that's it. The Lost and Found will give you more items that are lost that you can buy, and the Memorial gives you more money. I think the Memorial and the Shrine can be some of the best ones early, as well as the Lost and Found if you have a lot of money, or if you've been grinding the like dreams like this thing. I'm gonna go with the Memorial.
The memorial may be finished, but our part is far from over.
So, like here, you can get quite a bit of money just from doing the who knows where the dreams. There's 4 of them. One of them is unlocked in New Game Plus, which is Ruck's dream, his story. See if there's anything in here we actually want to buy. Nope. So just activating the memorial will give you access to more stuff. So, like for this, you just get money for level 5. This will be when you complete the entire Bastion, so when you get all the level 2 buildings, you unlock more shards. And then when you get into New Game Plus, everything is level 2 by default, kind of. And by just leveling it up, you just get $25,000 dollars, whatever they're called. So I got nothing I can upgrade here. Yeah, I'm just going to keep the scrap musket in that, but I'm going to swap out. Go with Squirtler. Just 'cause can.